So I just got off a call with a prospective client, and um, they were just getting started in business and needed a website, and were using actually maybe something that might not be the best fit for collecting information for clients. And my advice was to create a scheduler in Dubsado with a lead capture form, and then use that as an opt-in link for social media or to send people if they needed to book a call. So I just wanted to make a quick video here and show you how easy it would be to do something like that. Um, this is not by any means my prettiest work, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what you would need to do to get started with Dubsado today if all you wanted to do was book calls. So let's jump on in and I'll show you my screen and we'll get it set up together. So first things first, you want to go in and make sure your branding is set up. Obviously the branding's not the best in this. This is my demo account. But you want to make sure this information on your brand settings is your brand information. So you've got your logo, your color, this stuff is all there. Second of all, you want to make sure your email is connected so you get all of your information. So make sure you go in, at least hook up a Gmail account, and I would turn the tracking pixel on so you know if people have opened messages. Once you've done that, head on over to the calendar, which is over here. I don't know why they did this, but the calendar settings are in the calendar and not in the settings. You would head over to settings and click sync calendar. I'm not going to do it because every time I do it, it breaks my stuff in my actual Dubsado account. But you'll click sync calendar, choose the calendar you want to sync, and you're good to go with that piece of it. Next, we're going to head to templates and we're going to click forms and we're going to add a lead capture form. So Dubsado is pretty cool. It's already got this kind of thing set up for you. You know, I would name it something because it's going to show on the button if you ever share it. So maybe intake form, I don't know, something like that. You've got first name, last name, email, phone. This one says, when is your event date and how can we help? So this is a short answer and this is a long answer text form field. Just one quick caveat. You want to make sure when you're sharing something publicly like this that you've got first name, last name, email, all mandatory. And you want to make sure that this field mapping here is mapped correctly. So it says, in this case, client first name, client last name, and client email address. So make sure those are all mapped. If you want to get the phone number, great. You can decide if you want to have it required or not. If you are giving people the option for a phone meeting, then make sure that's mandatory, because if they check the box and say they want a phone meeting and then they don't leave you a phone number, you're going to be stuck. So I always like to do maybe a question about, what. I love this question. If I could wave a magic wand and solve any problem in your business, what would it be? You could make it more specific to your niche. Like if I could wave a magic wand and solve any problem with your bookkeeping, or, make it relevant for your niche. But a question like that is really helpful when you're getting on a call with somebody. Another one is, have you ever hired anyone for this service before, and how did it go? Perfect. Okay, now I've got a couple questions in here. I've got the relevant information. You could add some stuff to pretty this up. If you wanted to maybe jazz it up a little bit. You could do something like this and put these all over here. Maybe put a photo of yourself, or hey, this is cool. I like that one. You know, put something in there. You could add a little about me section, just a couple sentences. Oops, it didn't type. You get the idea. If I was going to do that, I'd probably pull these up here just to keep this form from being too big. Okay, so we've got our intake form. Make sure you hit save. Don't forget to come over here on the left and click settings. This little gear here is your form settings. For right now, we're not applying a workflow. This message is pretty good, but you could change the thank you message that pops up when the form is done. And I do want to set a project status, but we haven't created one of those. So actually, we should do that quick. Everything else looks good. We don't need anything special on this. So I'm going to hit save. And go up to projects real quick and hit customize because we don't have any statuses. So I just clicked add a status over here. And I'm just going to put new lead for this status. Now we can bounce back to our lead capture form and add in the status in the settings. Perfect. Now that that's good, if you want to do some styling in here, you can change the font. I'm going to use Montserrat. I like a 14 or 16 point font just to make it a little bit more user friendly when you're reading on a small screen, especially. And I'm going to hit schedule it just for fun. All right, so we've got that. Now we need to do the scheduler that we're going to use to connect that form to. So they've got one built in here called free consultation that comes with the account. You could rename it something else. I'll say discovery call. Set it for, let's do 30 minutes. I like having the rolling day window. Or you could do indefinitely. Click the link to add video conferencing. We'll hit save just so it's saved. And then we're going to click this advanced tab here. I always recommend at least 12 hours in advance just so you don't get a surprise booking, but you can decide how far in advance you want to have warning on booked calls. I usually do like a 15-minute window before and a 15-minute window after, just so you don't end up, with no break between meetings. Increments of 30 minutes is good. You can set if you want a maximum of appointments per day, or if you want the scheduler to be used a certain number of times. Change out this welcome message. So I would say something like, just welcome from Amy Gould. Book your free discovery call. Period. Definitely set a canned confirmation email. And then we're going to set this additional form. I'm going to go back to that confirmation email in a second. Okay, so we've got our intake form. We're going to attach that. You could do a redirect URL here if you have a web page you want to send somebody to. If not, no big deal. You could add an invoice to this if you wanted to. And we're going to make sure we set up notifications, but we need to do a little bit of work in canned emails first. And I'm going to leave monthly view off. So we're going to hit save. We're almost done, guys. I don't know how many minutes this has taken me, but it's not long. But trust me, you want to write a couple canned emails just so you have a confirmation and some reminders so people show up to your appointments. So I'm going to just do confirmation email. All right, I don't think I said how I did that. So go over to templates, canned emails, new canned response, and we're going to write one called confirmation email. I like to put a little header on these. Maybe you do discovery call. You're scheduled. And we're going to do hi. And I love the Smart Field feature in Dubsado. This is great. I'm going to go down to Smart Field, click client, click first name. Boom, that's going to add in the first name for me. And I'm going to go, hi, your appointment with Amy Gould is scheduled for. You can use the Smart Field to pull in the appointment date and time at appointment start time. Perfect. So that's looking pretty good. Let's see. We should add the video conferencing link. So let's see. We'll meet on Zoom. Here's the link. Actually, appointment conferencing link. You need to cancel or reschedule. Use the buttons below. We're going to use the Smart Fields again and click Smart Fields appointment. We're going to put in cancel. I like to throw in a few spaces in between them just to space them out a little bit. Reschedule button. Looking forward to chatting with you soon. Sincerely, this brand email template signature autofills a signature that I created in canned emails. But you don't need that. You can just put your name and sign off for now. All right, so I've got that. Now I'm going to go find that email that I just wrote. Where to go? Discovery call, confirmation email. And I'm going to just click the little duplicate button a couple times and make some copies so I can use that basic outline for my reminder. First off, I'm going to change the subject to see you tomorrow. And I have noticed if I use see you tomorrow as a subject line, people get confused. So I've added that smart field in. And I'm going to go discovery call, reminder 1 day as the title. So I know what it is. And I'm just going to go change this part to see you tomorrow on this date at that time. We'll meet on Zoom. Here's the link. If you need to cancel or reschedule, use the buttons below. I'm going to add in, feel free to add it to your calendar and put in a smart field for the add to calendar. Awesome. So that's good there. Save and close. And I'm going to go change this one more appointment. So this one's going to be reminder 1 hour. See you in 1 hour or less. And I'm going to take out the date. See you in 1 hour at that. We'll meet in Zoom. Here's the link. I don't like to leave the cancel and reschedule for an hour before because I feel like people maybe know by then, but you could leave it in there. And I like to change things out enough so it doesn't seem like it's an exact copy. We go see you then. Save and close. All right, now we're going back to the scheduler. We're almost done. Hang with me. And I'm going to go into the settings here and just add those emails in that we just created. So we've got this discovery confirmation. We've got our intake form connected. We're going to come down here and add these reminders. So we've got 1 hour before. And I'm just going to go down here and find my discovery call. Reminder for 1 hour. Save changes. Click here and do 24 hours. And click my 1 day reminder. Hit add. And hit save. And now, if you go into the scheduler here and click these little chain link things, you'll get the link. This is the code you could embed in your website if you had it. And then down here, if you click this, you can copy this direct link. You could use something like Bitly to shorten this up and make it more user-friendly. I would definitely copy and paste this to a note on your phone to make it easier to share if you don't have a website. Obviously, that website link is way prettier than this, but this will get you a scheduler on your social media or that you can share to book appointments and start getting those first few clients in the door. So hope this was helpful. I'm going to check the time on this and see how long it took me. But as you can see, this wouldn't take you that long to do. Feel free to watch this video over and over again, save it to refer back to, and I hope you found it helpful. And until next time, work less, make more, and wow clients. I'll be in touch soon. Bye.